Welcome back to part 2 of What If Gohan Were Raised as a Fighter. So, with Goku currently in Yardrat, we have the Year of Peace. Now, sure, Gohan's studying, but he's also training. And I believe one of the reasons, and someone brought this up, I believe it was totally not Mark who brought this up, very good concept. There was a reason Piccolo increased so much in just 1 year from like probably around 2 million to like 20 something, or wherever his power was. I actually have it listed where I think it might have been. It's because more than likely Nail had his hidden potential unlocked, and that transferred over to Piccolo. So when in training, he's able to unleash a bit more of his potential. I think the same is true for Gohan as well. So we would put Gohan probably around, if he's doing like just basic training, pushing himself a little bit, basic training. We'll go say he's up to his what Goku's power was in the original series around now, 3 million. So then Vegeta comes back. He's probably somewhere in the couple millions, maybe 10 or so, maybe 15, something like that. Piccolo's still stronger, I think. Frieza shows up, Trunks comes, kills him, Goku shows up. He's probably somewhere in the lines of about a 5 million at this point. Not insanely strong, not insanely OP, but he's about probably about 5 million. They explain the scenario to him. Now, a good question would be, do you think Gohan will be strong enough in the alternate timeline to take on the androids? Even if he was, the whole time thing with Dragon Ball Z is screwed up. So we'll just say that Trunks still shows up, Gohan couldn't take it, Goku still dies. So now the training commences. Now Piccolo and Gohan are both significantly stronger than this, so they serve for a much stronger training partner for Goku. Likewise, Goku is easily the strongest of them at the moment, and can serve as a good training partner for Gohan and Piccolo. Now, where do we find these guys afterwards? Because everything else is going to be the same for everyone else, because these are the three we should really focus on. Piccolo's going to be stronger, definitely. We'll put him somewhere in the line of... Because I think... I'm going to put him stronger in the canon. I'm not going to say what I think his canon power is, but I'm going to say he's probably in the lines of about 230 million, let's say. With Gohan... Ooh, that's a tough one. I would definitely put him in the teens. In fact, I'd say... over 3 years training, hardcore training, we'll say he's at a solid 20 million overall. Now, with Goku, that's going to be the tricky one. I would say over 3 years, hardcore training with Gohan, who's definitely able to increase his power, them training against Super Saiyan and all that. I would put Goku at somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 10 million. But that's the asterisk on there that he's also going to get the heart virus, which is going to severely decrease his power. So when the actual day shows up, the androids show up, they face up. Now, Goku's power with weakening probably wasn't halved, it was probably more like quartered. So he's probably like around 7.57 million. We'll go 7 million for easy numbers. So he's still about 350 million at this point. And I think he does more or less decimate 19. I mean, yeah, 19 ends up absorbing the Kamehameha, and Goku's probably still decreasing in power. So he's probably now down to like the 250 mark. But to be fair, I don't think 19 or Jiro/20 were even above 200 million. And Goku's probably really suffering at this point. But I think he's able to eventually just barely take out 19 before he pretty much starts succumbing to the virus. And they got to get him out of there. So Yamcha offers that. Vegeta shows up. And Jiro's just like, oh, crap, him too. So they're running after Jiro. Jiro unleashes 19 and 17. Not 19, 17 and 18, and like in the series, they completely could decimate the Z fighters, legitimately. Then that whole arc is going to go about the same. Piccolo's going to fuse with Kami. That would increase him well above the canon. He'd be about 460 in this case, whereas I think he's probably no more than maybe a little above 400. And I actually do believe, even though 16 said Piccolo was as strong as 17. I do believe Piccolo actually was initially stronger than Android 17. But because Android 17 doesn't tire, because of the way he's designed, Piccolo was tiring and fatiguing, so he was kind of on the losing end of the fight in the long run. Now, when Goku wakes up, he'll probably have a decent Zenkai boost. He'll probably get about, 15, he'd probably be about 15 million overall. But unfortunately, by the time he wakes up, Cell will probably have absorbed 18. To be 17, because everything else is going to go about the same. Even though Piccolo will be able to take on Cell a little easier, or at least have an easier time than he did in the series. Still, I don't think he's going to beat him. But um, Goku will show up, save them with the instant transmission, but unfortunately he will not be strong enough to take on Perfect Cell. He could probably give him a good fight at this point, but he would not be strong enough to take him on. Or semi-perfect Cell. So they'll disappear, and then they'll go in the hyperbolic time chamber. Again, the events will play out basically verbatim up until Gohan and Goku get out of the hyperbolic time chamber. Now Gohan is already at 20. With enough training, I imagine he'd actually be significantly stronger than he was in the canon, somewhere around the lines of, say, 60 million in base form. And Goku, and I think actually because of that, because of all that, I think he does fully unlock Super Saiyan because he tapped into it briefly in the hyperbolic time. That's why Goku was confident in his abilities. I think he fully taps into it. I think we see Super Saiyan 2 Gohan immediately, not immediately, but like, let's say there's a year goes by in that chamber, and one day, and probably at like the 3 cars break, like the 9-month mark, Gohan actually hits Super Saiyan 2. And Goku sees it like, wow. Goku, likewise, power-wise, he would probably hit somewhere in the neighborhood of... Actually, I think they'd be pretty much tied. Just because of the nature, Goku's actual nature. Despite the fact that this version of Gohan does enjoy training and is raised as a fighter, he doesn't have that innate, inherent enjoyment of fighting like Goku does. So I think him and Goku would pretty much be almost even. If nothing else, I'll put Goku at around 55 million. I think that will be fair. Gohan's the overall stronger, but I think because of that, Gohan also helps push Goku before maybe a month before they're out of the chamber to also hit Super Saiyan 2. Because with Gohan practicing Super Saiyan 2, training with Goku, I think they both basically hit that form. But I think Gohan is the stronger of the two because he was the stronger in base form of the two. So when that rolls around, tournament rolls around, basically I think they rock, paper, scissors for it, and Goku just gets the win on who gets to fight Perfect Cell. So their fight's going to commence. Now, at 55 million, we're at 60 million would put you around 3 billion. So not quite 3 billion, but if you got 2.7 billion is what Goku's power would be at. Now, I fully believe Perfect Cell's power is somewhere in the lines of about 3 billion. Before he regenerated and came back like Super Cell. So that was around 4 billion after that because Saiyan Zenkai boost cells. Goku and him, they're almost dead even, but he's having he's still on the slight losing side. But then it's just like, please Goku, you wasted all your energy with that. It's like, not true. I still got one trick left up my sleeve, and Super Saiyan 2 Goku emerges, and that puts him at that's a good 5.5 billion because do the math. And then so it's like, oh, whoa, what is it? It's like, this is your record, Cell, and then just boom, blast go. And of course you could make the argument he wouldn't be quite that strong because he'd probably be tired. But even then, let's just put him at 4 billion. Still vastly stronger than Cell is. So at that point, just like boom, 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 and it's like. And maybe, who knows, maybe Cell actually, does that whole desperate act, tries to attack Goku. Goku just makes him throw up 18 like he did in the series. So now it's like, no, and it's like, oh, you've lost, Goku. I'm gonna just, and then pick, it's like, Goku does make, I don't think Goku would do the self-sacrifice thing. I think what he would probably do is just, it's like, yeah, hold on just 1 second. Hey, King Kai. It's like, I don't think Goku actually, actually, no, here's the thing. I actually don't think, I'm going to take what back I said. While 18 does, I think, get thrown up, Cell doesn't, doesn't activate his bomb because I think Goku doesn't, as Piccolo put it, get drunk on his power like Gohan does. So he just obliterates it, kicks him up, and then just obliterates him. So yeah, that whole thing gets avoided. So cut to now years later, 7 years later to be precise. Krillin's married. Vegeta does change. Vegeta still has Goku to compete against, and he is pissed that Goku's this strong. Absolutely. Ooh, we're only on battery power. Luckily, I'm getting close to this. He is pissed that Goku is this strong. So it's like he's been training non-stop to match him. For what it is, he probably is able to probably hit about 50 million because he's about 30 million, give or take, in the when it's all said and done. And the canon at that point, roughly, we'll probably say that he is roughly their strength during the Cell games, and he does unlock Super Saiyan 2 as well. Goku and Gohan training 7 years together, plus Gohan's still doing his studies. Again, the question is, as always brought up, does Goku unlock Super Saiyan 3? Does Gohan unlock Super Saiyan 3? Training together and maybe spending one more day in the hyperbolic time chamber with each other because they feel that they're pushing the threshold? Yeah, I say they do. And again, I defy anyone who says, oh, because Goku had a dead body. Goku could hit Super Saiyan 3. Well, that's because he's a fusion. Fusion's stronger, but he's still a living body. It's still putting enough strain. In fact, if anything, Super Saiyan 3 put way too much strain on the fusion, and it just cut its time down to about a minute or like a couple minutes. So, yeah, where's your excuse there, folks? Anyway, so yes, both of them I think actually will get Super Saiyan 3. We'll see Super Saiyan 3, Goku, and Gohan. However, because of the time period, their progression does slow to some degree. I think we would see Goku actually would end up the stronger of the two, but not by much. I'd say we'd look at 100 million Goku and 90 million Gohan. Cut to the 25th annual Budokai. Videl. Now, here's an interesting thing. Would you think Gohan does the Great Saiyaman bit? I think he'd actually go more with the Golden Fighter bit. I think he would embrace that more. And would be more comfortable showing off to Videl about, how his dad was the one that beat Cell and everything like that. So, yeah, and Videl would be like, wow, my boyfriend. Woo, jump your bones later. Anywho. So the fights go down, generally speaking, and then, now here's the thing. Gohan can be and Gohan's like, I can take it one step further if you like. Oh, there's a step beyond a Super Saiyan. And then he goes Super Saiyan 2. Now he's not going to go Super Saiyan 3. That's not easy. I could even I'd take it one farther, but I don't want to wreck the stadium. However, he's caught the interest of them, and Yamu and Spopovich steal Gohan's energy, and they run off. And at 90 million, and at Super Saiyan 2, that would mean that he has a 90 billion power level. And Majin Buu, here's a little spoiler from my video on that, power level when he was released was roughly around 7 billion. It was twice that of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's when he got absorbed, got his energy taken. And I put him somewhere along the lines of about 3.5 billion. So not only does that completely and utterly open Majin Buu's capsule, but I think it even supercharges Buu a little bit, who's now even stronger than he was initially at around 9 billion. It's like, Majin Buu, how did those fools get this much power? Majin Buu is beyond full power. Boo! Well, I can't go too loud. My dad's trying to sleep. And battery power's really getting low, so I'm going to have to wrap this up real quick. Or wrap this up. I'm going to leave it off at, we'll do a part 3 for Super a little later. But we'll leave it off the Dragon Ball Z saga. So now Boo's 9 billion. So the Z Warriors immediately rush off there. I think, honestly, Deborah, Yakon, Pui, they all get eaten. Definitely Deborah gets eaten, who's about as strong as Cell, which was about 4 billion. So now you're looking at Boo's about 13 million. Pui probably wasn't even a billion. It's probably somewhere in the million area. Pui gets eaten. That doesn't add much. Yakon also gets eaten. They actually said, hold on. Can I figure out what Yakon was probably around about 800 million. So let's just say that Boo's somewhere around 14 billion at this point. The Z Fighters all show up, and Vegeta wants first crack at him because he's fucking Vegeta. So he's, he powers up, goes Super Saiyan 2, he's like, see, Kakarot, I can do this too, and then goes in and gets his ass handed to him. I was like, damn it all. It's like, yeah, and I'm going to possess you too, Vegeta. So yeah, maybe he does that, and maybe Vegeta goes Majin Vegeta to kind of work with Buu and fight them. Gohan takes on Vegeta. They're relatively evened out. But Vegeta's probably a little bit stronger. Goku likewise is having some trouble with Buu and Super Saiyan 2. So Goku and him just look at each other and just goes, yep. It's like, yeah! And then they both go Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta is just shocked. Everyone is honestly shocked. Boo's just like, ah, and Bobby's just, ah, ah, and then it's like, because you're looking at Gohan with 36 billion and Goku with 40 billion power level, and Boo's about 14 million. Vegeta's about maybe 9 to 10 billion. Vegeta's just gonna get knocked out. Boo's gonna get his ass handed to him, whole-handedly handed. And then Bobby just gets, I say, no, my Boo. And then Shin's just like, huh, what's you? Hi, what? What just happened? It's like, yeah, we beat. It's like we beat the pink bubblegum man. It's like, that's right, Dad, we did. Yay! So yeah, Vegeta will Vegeta won't see the error's ways, but he will kind of is like, damn it all, damn it, and then, he'll go off and sulk and do whatever he does. So we're gonna leave it at that because I'm really low on battery power. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe.